Get your coffee on, eat a good breakfast, and put dinner in the crock pot because you will not have any energy later, even after a nap. This is your last chance to throw in some last good organic material into the bottom of the bed. Take off any rings to help prevent calluses. Of course, all of this happens in the morning when the temperatures are cooler. If possible, do not get your dirt delivered. Use your truck or find a good friend with a truck to make moving the dirt easier. Now, before we go into exactly why I'm recommending this, also consider the state of the leaf springs on the possible truck. Dirt is heavy. Go check out this video after this one so that you are fully prepared when you go to get your first load. As you probably already noticed, use a liner of some sort so cleaning out the bed is easier.
How do you start that?
Make sure whatever you use is upright and actually lining the bed before the dirt goes in. I did not have a tarp large enough to cover the entire truck bed, so I doubled up on a couple not so nice sheets and tucked them under shingle style so we could easily roll the dirt out. Specifically, put the tailgate layer below the layer on the front side of the bed so the dirt rolls out cleaner. If you end up going to a nursery for your dirt, consider picking up some plants to use as motivation to get the beds done. Back to why we want to abuse leaf springs instead of getting the landscape materials company to deliver the dirt right to your doorstep. When you are able to work out of a truck bed, you are working with gravity. You do not have to lift up the dirt on the front end. In fact, don't use a shovel on this side of the house until you get to the bottom of the truck bed. With gloves, because the contents of dirt can be unsavory, sometimes you get surprises in what is in the mix. We found that scooping the dirt into 5-gallon buckets was more effective than the full body workout required by shoveling. 4 sensibly filled 5-gallon buckets was enough to fill the wheelbarrow to move the dirt to the backyard. Note, I said wheelbarrow. The 5-gallon buckets were only used to move the dirt from the bed of the truck to the wheelbarrow. Borrow, rent, or buy a wheelbarrow to move the dirt to the raised beds. Then continue rolling the wheelbarrow right into the raised bed, which hopefully you have not finished yet. If you do not expect to put logs in the way, the easiest way to bring in dirt when you do not have an easier method than a wheelbarrow through a side yard is to roll the wheelbarrow right into the bed. Finishing the bed ahead of time pretty much prevents that from happening, and you either have to build a ramp or manually shovel everything. While I used a hybrid version of hugelkultur by loading logs, old firewood, and branches into the bottom of the beds, I did not want to give up hope on having some ability to dump, so the compromise was to put the first rung on the end of the bed. This method worked really well, even without the first rung attached. The drill battery ran out of juice the night before, and I was not able to finish this last part ahead of time.
Oh no, the batteries died.
The frames held the first few loads of dirt, and then I attached the first rung to the last side. As you can see, I was still able to tilt the wheelbarrow into the bed, and this method worked well to empty the wheelbarrow instead of going crazy with a shovel or leaving some dirt in the wheelbarrow when going back for the next load. So as not to extend the time my friend was helping, I did not finish the last end until another day. Just pile up the dirt higher on that end and plan on finishing tomorrow. If you are getting more dirt than the raised beds, fill the raised beds first. It takes longer to fill the raised beds than just dumping the excess in a pile. So keep the morale up when you are tired by doing the slower part first and the quick part last. After you are done moving dirt, take the rest of the day off. One of my helpers took care of the plants we bought since there wasn't enough energy to plant them after we got the second yard of dirt. This day is a lot of work, and if you haven't done a lot of yard work recently, your hands will probably feel it. Aveeno is your friend. You might also notice your veins popping out more than normal with your new workout regimen. If a friend is willing to help, know that you have a true friend. I can't say enough about friends. Good friends who come up with lines like, with friends like you, who needs enemies? That was by far the best line of the month, possibly the year, Dee. You are a good friend, and I owe you a truck bed full of tomatoes. I am sure I have missed some tips, and I would love to hear yours. Which is tip number 29? Read the comments. I will probably be putting in more raised beds here in the backyard in the future. That's exactly what the comments are for, to share our knowledge. If you haven't built your raised beds yet, definitely check out this video to make sure that you build the right size bed for your comfort and for what you want to plant. Or check out this video on the poor leaf springs on this Chevy Silverado so you know exactly what to expect when that first load is dumped in. I was shocked and worried, and I owe my friend tomatoes. Thanks for watching.